What's up guys, Americana back here with another video. Everybody is debating gold versus Bitcoin, but few are asking the real question. Why does it even matter? It's because every time gold stalls, Bitcoin doesn't just catch up, it surges ahead. We're going to break everything down in this video, so just make sure you stick to the end. All right, everybody, happy to be here. We are on a Sunday this week. I know I've been recording these on a Saturday, but waited till Sunday, so let's get after it. We've been talking about it, I think, maybe as long as four weeks ago, a month ago. We started talking about gold. It's putting pressure on the crypto market. What do we want to see out of it? Even last week, kind of predicting, hey, this is a good spot to stall out if we are going to stall out, which when we look at, I guess we should be starting on this chart because this is what we looked at last week. Early signs that that is what's happening. So in this video, we're going to dive into why is that actually important for crypto. We're getting the things that we wanted to see. Initially, we had talked about gold putting pressure. Then we said you have to find a place we're going to stall out. Maybe this could be it. Now that we're seeing that, what is this relationship to Bitcoin when it comes to this cycle and what we've seen? So let's dive into all the moments that we've seen this cycle. That was kind of a rant. Hopefully I got everything out. But anyways, so as you can see here, each one of these fib extension targets, this is simply just taking the 2011 high and 2015 low on gold, but each one of these fib extension targets, we've seen some sort of consolidation. This is what all of my targets are based off of, even in crypto. Anything kind of macro that fits the pattern where I'm able to apply this is when I use these fib extensions. They're just extremely reliable. So if you guys have seen my videos about, hey, I'm targeting this fib extension, this, that, whatever, hopefully you guys can look to gold and say, oh, he does know what he's talking about. Every time we've reached one of these fib extensions, we've seen price start to stall out some. It's going to happen even faster on crypto, but we're looking at gold here. Hopefully you guys can see that's how it works. Okay, so let's break down the actual relationship this cycle between Bitcoin and gold. Why is it important? What has happened? So let's familiarize ourselves with the chart here. This could be a rather short video, so just stick with me. Make sure you digest all the information. So up top in the candles, we have gold, and then in blue, we have Bitcoin. Let's be a little pretty here. Can I not change it? Let's make it orange. We got Bitcoin in orange. Gold up top. All right, and these vertical lines here, this is working off of gold. So every time gold has broken out of a range, right? Breaking out of a range or finding a local top, right? That's what this is denoting, these colors. Okay, so red is going to be gold finding a local top, and green will be gold breaking out of that kind of local range that it's formed. We know what these ranges are looking at this chart here. It's each time we've reached a fib extension, and again pointing to the fact that we're at a fib extension now. So let's go through it. So in March of 24, you guys can verify all this stuff, but March of 24, gold breaks out of this range that it had been in, and Bitcoin finds a top. We then go in range from March to end of October, right? So like 8-month range, maybe longer, 7-8 month range, while gold continues to trend upward, going on somewhat of a tear. All right, and then gold finds its local top. When does gold find its local top? Well, it found its local top the same week that Bitcoin was breaking out of a 7-month range. And then we went to go on to $105,000, $106,000 in that time frame. Again, gold finding its local top. What do we met with? Gold breaking out of its range. When gold breaks out of its range, Bitcoin finds its top. This coincides with Trump taking office. This is your tariff fears. This is World Liberty Financial, Trump coin, Melania coin, all that bullshit that hit the market at that time, coming out literally the exact week that gold breaks out and Bitcoin finds its top. So super, super interesting to see in there. Again, Bitcoin goes on to dump, range sideways, while gold goes on its tear. Okay, and this is it. This is gold breaking out of its range. And then we go and find this local top, right? You can see that big wick right there. We go and find this local top. When does it find it? This is late April with stocks ripping higher, Bitcoin breaking out, all of these things pushing us to, where we're at now, like 120K area. And this is, let's see, April to September. So the fun times in the market. Well, not really fun in here, but you know what I mean. When we saw Ethereum go on 200% run, all these crazy things, right? Total 2 about to break out, all these things happening when gold is stuck sideways in its range. Well, what happens when gold breaks out of its range? This is going into our Fed rate cut where we got 2 liquidations like sell the news style event, into this liquidity sweep to wreck shorts, and then into Trump and China kind of trade fiasco where we're at now. But good signs. I haven't added it to the chart here because it is going to be kind of a hindsight situation. But if this week here was a sign that we are going to start stalling out some in gold, well, then what would we see? I'd be adding a red line here, and what we see in here, right? This would flip green and Bitcoin would trend up or do whatever it's going to do as gold just waddles and moves sideways, and we likely see this same kind of dynamic play out. And eventually, okay, maybe gold goes higher, and that's the top of the Bitcoin market, right? We don't know exactly what that part's going to look like yet. We will be monitoring, but for next leg up, it is looking pretty primed when it comes to this gold and Bitcoin relationship. So hopefully now that we're actually getting the things, we're getting gold to stall out. I didn't want to start breaking this down on such a micro level until we actually had gold kind of cool off. Okay, we made a video last week about how we could be seeing that. We ended up getting it. So now that we're seeing early signs, let's talk about the relationship. And as you guys can see here, hopefully this video is helpful seeing you guys, or for you guys to see why this relationship down to a weekly time frame, why this is so important and what insights this can give us for the market as a whole. So let's cross our fingers. Let's hope, let's pray that gold is chilling out here. Early signs that we could be seeing it, but we just need some follow through. This week, we had stocks break out this week. We had Bitcoin likely finding a bottom. I think the Bitcoin bottom is in. If all that's going to be right, then we need to see gold continue to stall out. So we'll be monitoring it, but with other things we're seeing in the market, I'm pretty good to call bottom here. Anywho, that's kind of going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys found this useful. Hopefully you guys have some stuff to look forward to this week, and watch out for gold kind of continuing to run into some trouble, and Bitcoin hopefully finding its bottom. Other videos coming out this week, pretty bullish vibe this week. Even last week, relatively bullish vibe, saying the bottom could be in, could be forming, looking at this, looking at that. So hopefully you guys found this useful. Make sure you check out my other videos this week. Make sure you keep liking, subscribing. If I can get anything answered for you, make sure you guys reach out, just drop a comment, and I will likely make a video or get back to you on an answer. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.